Hey folks, Jamie from jrr.yoga here for a short standing practice. Start your practice in mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart or slightly wider. Finding a nice solid base for your feet. So making sure that if you discount the toes, that all four corners of your feet are firmly planted on the mat. Arms down along your sides. Root in those heels, the soles of the feet, lengthening through your body all the way up to the crown of the head. Allow your eyes to come closed here. Bring your awareness to your breath. Observe it as it is. Then work your way toward a full, deep breath. Big inhales and full exhales. Start by rolling your shoulders up towards your ears, back toward the wall behind you, sliding those shoulder blades down your back, just making some circles here with your shoulders. The movement is relatively slow. Just do that a few times. All right, come to neutral and think about kind of drawing those shoulders back in space, like you're opening up a book. Arms along your sides. While we are here in mountain pose, just playing around a little bit with where your center is. Start by leaning your body forward, just going far enough that you can still catch yourself, you're not going to fall over, but putting the weight of your body toward your toes. Now, lean back, same thing here, just coming back far enough that most of your weight is in the heels, but not so far that you lose control. Now find a place that feels like it is the center, right between that forward lean and the back lean. The same thing here from right and left. We'll start to lean your body to the right. Again, just getting to the point where you're still in control. Lots of weight is now in your right foot, particularly the outside edge of your right foot. Work your way back through the center and lean left. Finding your weight on that left foot. And inhale. Find your way back to the center. We're looking for that point that's in the middle of your right and left lean, your forward and back lean, where your feet firmly contact the floor. Inhale, take your arms up overhead into an upward salute. Exhale, bring those hands together through your center. Inhale, sweep those arms back up, upward salute. And with an exhale, coming back down through the center. Now here, step your right foot toward the top of your mat. Send the left foot back. Turn those hips to face the short end of the mat. Put a bend in your front knee. Hands here can be on hips, out wide, up overhead, finding a warrior one pose. Now open up into warrior two, so your hips and shoulders open to the long edge of your mat. Arms come back up parallel to the ground. Your gaze is at those front right fingertips and keeping that bend in your front right knee. Turn your right palm to face the ceiling. Take your left hand to your left leg. The right palm sweeps up toward the ceiling. Palm faces behind you in reverse warrior. Inhale on your way back to warrior two. Drop those arms, straighten your front leg, turn both feet to point toward the long edge of the mat here. Shorten the distance between your feet a little bit. They're still wider than your hips, but not quite as wide as they were in your warrior poses. Start by taking your hands to your hips. Find height in your spine. Make sure you're finding that solid foundation in both feet. We'll come into a bit of a bend here. So bending those knees. Knees stay the same distance apart about as your ankles do here. So I'm not letting them fall in. I'm actively pressing them out. Hands could come to your knees here to help you find this position, or having hands on the back of a chair is another great way to help support yourself in this pose. Most of your weight here is in the heels, but you're still feeling full contact up in the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up, straighten the knees into a wide-legged upward salute. Exhale, hands down to heart. Now one more time, we can bend the knees. Hands could come to the knees, be on hips, or this time you could bring your arms up into cactus arms here. We're kind of drawing in the belly button and those lower ribs. Inhale, straighten legs, take arms overhead, wide-legged upward salute. And exhale, hands come down to heart. You can drop those arms for now along your sides. Turn the left foot to point toward the short end of the mat. We're kind of turning that right foot as well. So hips can face the short end. Put a bend in your knee. Hands on hips, hands out wide, or arms up overhead in your warrior one. This time, left foot forward. And open up, warrior two. Hips and shoulders open again to that long edge of the mat. Keep that bend in the left knee. Arms are up and parallel with gaze at your front left fingertips. Hands could always come to hips if your shoulders are feeling a little grumpy today, but that gaze continues to be in the same direction. Turn your left palm toward the ceiling. Right hand comes to the back of the right thigh, sweeping the left arm up toward the ceiling. Palm faces behind you, and bend stays in the front knee. Into reverse warrior. Inhale, find your way back, warrior 2. Lower your arms, straighten your front leg, turn both feet again toward the long edge of the mat. Just kind of heel toe, walk those feet closer together. Coming back to hip width apart or slightly wider. Finding that same stance as Tadasana here, so feet firmly planted on the ground, length in your body from the soles of your feet all the way up to the top of your head, hands along your sides, palms facing slightly forward, chin tucked just a bit. And from here, shift your weight into your left foot. For now, hands can move to your hips. We're making that right foot a little lighter here. Working on a tree pose, so toes can start by touching the mat. The heel is touching the inside of your standing leg. Still growing length in your body from your sole of your foot to the top of your head. Options for your arms here are hands on hips, out wide, which is helpful for balance, or maybe hands on a chair or a sturdy piece of furniture. As you find a little bit of balance here, you could try moving your foot up the inside of the leg. If it feels like that's a little too wobbly, you can always touch back down to help reestablish balance as many times as you need to, or just stay there if that feels like you are the most stable in this position today. Take a deep inhale and a full exhale. Bring that foot back down. Do any movements you feel like you might need to in your feet, knees, ankles here. And then switch sides, planting weight into that right foot. Left toes can start on the floor, heel touching the inside of that right leg. Find the length in your body. Again, think maybe tucking that chin a tiny bit. As you find balance, you can consider moving your foot up. If you lose that balance, you can move it back down. Just know when you're moving your foot up your leg, it can go anywhere except on the side of your knee. Your knee doesn't need that kind of pressure on the side of it, so be above or below. Take a deep inhale. With your exhale, take that foot back down to the ground. Again, find any little movements you may need to here for your knees, your feet, your ankles, whatever needs a little bit of movement. And then coming back one last time into your mountain pose. Feet firmly planted, nice and tall through your body. Arms can be along your sides. Allow your eyes to come closed. Bring your awareness back to your breath, observing it as it is. Bring your hands together at your heart and take 3 full, deep breaths. And to seal your practice, give a small forward fold, folding from the hips, bowing the chin. I hope you enjoyed your practice. We will see you next time.